we're back for season 3, which means we are in win now mode more than definitely. We have a great team going into the year. I think we have one of the better teams, but it is a very good unit. Hunter Driver as our quarterback and Tyrod Taylor as a backup. We have running backs including Clyde Edwards-Helaire, Kareem Hunt, Elijah Mitchell, and a guy we drafted in Julian Carter. He's going to be playing mostly fullback as well as some power back for us. Pittman, we just drafted this year. Somehow he got some mentorship and he earned superstar development. It should be before this at some point. We just traded for T. Higgins. He's going to be third. Jamal Blake, Chris Godwin, and Sharif Strong. We're going to start Pittman so that he can develop as fast as humanly possible. On the offensive line, we have Tunsil, Saffold, Barnes, Ford, and Owenu. Yeah. And so we'll have to replace Saffold again this year. He's just another bridge guy. But Ford and Barnes should be developing nicely, as well as Owenu. Tunsil's about at his limit right now, but we do have to re-sign him. Brevin Jordan and Will Bowden are here. I kind of want to start Will Bowden. Now, hear me out. The reason why I want to start him is because he's already a 76 in year 2, whereas Brevin Jordan's a 78 in year 3, and I'm going to have to pay him not at the end of this year, but the end of next year. So it almost makes more sense to start Will Bowden. Am I wrong in that sense? I don't think I am. Because then we give him more time to develop over the next 3 years. And I don't have to pay Will Bowden ever, because we'll more than likely be done. We probably won't go to the 6th season, I'm going to be honest. So I kind of want to start him. And we're going to. On the defense, it's the worst of the two groups. The offense is definitely better. But we just brought in Khalil Mack. We have B.J. Hill, Sheldon Williams, Matthew Ioannidis, Shaq Barrett, Joseph Asai. We just brought back Jacob Martin, D. Ford, Carlos Basham, C.J. Henderson, Quincy Proctor, Taylor Savage, Marco Hill, the guy that we just drafted, Kelvin Joseph as well, Desmond King, Quincy Wilson, Justin Reed, Kenny Robinson, and Travarius Moore. Lance Long, who we just drafted, Levante David, who's aging. So my biggest thing going into next year, looking at the team right now, will be linebackers. Corners are going to develop. Our defensive line is going to stay about the same. We'll probably have to trade off Khalil Mack next year based off his cap hit. But I think the team looked good. I think we could honestly make a deep playoff run. It really comes down to my quarterback and how well he plays and how well the running back by committee can be. Now, if we really wanted to go win now, we can move Higgins and Goodwin up to the 1 and 2 slots. We could say, hey, Kareem Hunt take the reins at running back, Clyde be the backup. You two are the only two getting the ball. And we could possibly even say, Ioannidis go up and B.J. Hill sits while Sheldon Williams plays the number 2. We can move Kelvin Joseph up. We could do a lot of different things. We can even start Joe Schobert, who we just picked up in free agency for a year. But I'm not going to do that. It doesn't make any sense, because if we don't make a deep playoff run, then it's just wasted development time. Specialists, I'm just basically going off of development and who can help me out the most. At the midseason mark, we are 5-1. That is great. Like I said, we have some pretty big names. We have T. Higgins, we have Laramie Tunsil, we have C.J. Henderson, we have Clyde Edwards-Helaire, and Michael Owenu. So we have our tackles, a wide receiver we just traded for, a running back we just traded for, and our corner. We got to lock up the tackles. I think those are number 1 in value right now. We got to lock up those guys. So we're going to lock up Laramie Tunsil, hopefully. Going to lock up Owenu. We're not going to have a whole ton of money after this. I'm going to be 100% honest with you. I think that'll lock him up. Yep, that locks him up. We need him back. Sign for that, please. Cool, he's back as well. T. Higgins will give a 6-year deal too. Do that. He should sign for that. I'm actually going to wait on. Here's the thing. We have Kareem Hunt, who I just paid. We have that superstar running back, and we also have Elijah Mitchell. those guys should be able to produce enough to where I shouldn't need Clyde Edwards-Helaire next year. Okay, at the end of the season, we never ended up actually getting Laramie Tunsil signed. I negotiated with him 2 more times and couldn't get him. We did end up signing Clyde Edwards-Helaire on a pretty cheap deal, in my mind. We ended up getting the number 1 seed in the AFC at 13-4. Devin Hunter looks like he put up about the same as last year, and yeah, he basically put up the same as last year. 4,500 yards, 34 touchdowns, but he basically took his interceptions away by 3, by dividing by 3. He had 21, now he has 7, so that's great. Running game, great. Like, Clyde Edwards-Helaire over 1,000 yards on 9 touchdowns. Kareem Hunt over 420 yards on 13 touchdowns. So, very good there. Rodney Pittman, our slot wide receiver, our young rookie slot wide receiver, we put in the slot and gave him the number 1 job. He had 1,500 yards and 11 touchdowns. Godwin, 900 yards, 3 touchdowns. T. Higgins, 750 yards, 5 touchdowns. And Will Bowden, our new starting tight end, 73 catches, 700 yards, 9 touchdowns. So I think we made the right decision in most of those guys. Levante David and Lance Long both had good years at 109 tackles apiece. Sacks, I'm hoping we have at least somewhat good numbers. Khalil Mack, 18.5. Shaq Barrett, 13.5. Sheldon Williams, 6.5. Our 3 new additions combined for over almost 20 fucking sacks. Like there's not much more you can say about that. I think if we add Lance Long's sacks to that list, I think it does get over 20. I mean, get over 40, so that's insane. We had 3 picks from Desmond King, 2 from Lance Long, 2 from Marco Hill, 2 for C.J. Henderson, 2 for Justin Reed, and 1 for Quincy Proctor. I still don't know how to say his fucking name, so he's just going to be Proctor. Or he's just going to be Q. 2 forced fumbles for Desmond King, 1 for Proctor, 1 for Mack, 1 for Neal, 1 for Schobert. Any touchdowns? 1 touchdown for Quincy Proctor. Of course he fucking had it, so I had to say his name another time. Cairo Santos only missed 1 extra point, missed 3 kicks. Still hitting above 80%. Jake Bailey did better than Johnny Hecker did. And no return touchdowns. Going 13-4, not bad. Nobody on the MVP list for... Actually, yes, there was. What am I talking about? Hunter Driver at 4. Coach of the Year goes to us. AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Hunter Driver at 2. Defensive Player of the Year, Khalil Mack wins it for us. Offensive Rookie of the Year, Pittman, of course. Yeah, I don't think we had anybody else. Defensive Rookie of the Year, Lance Long, of course. Marco Hill at 3, Sheldon Williams at 4. Okay, so we ended up losing to the Patriots, apparently 27-20. So that kind of sucks. Our very good season comes to an end. We ended up winning 4 out of the major 6 awards, including Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Offensive Rookie of the Year, and Defensive Rookie of the Year. But we ended up losing to the Patriots in the divisional round, so all that doesn't really matter. Now it's time to re-gear and re-up for the next season. We're going to end up having to franchise tag Laramie Tunsil, but everybody else can walk as they're aging veterans and they're not going to be very much value. The tight end Warren could have come back, but I don't feel like overpaying for somebody I can get for relatively cheap in free agency. Once again, trading with the Ravens, we're sending Roy Lopez and a 6 for Kyrus Barnes. Kyrus Barnes' contract is expiring, as well as he is the 3rd middle linebacker on their depth chart, so it just makes sense for both teams. Matthew Ioannidis straight up for Jamin Davis. This gets us another inside backer, which we plan on moving to a 3-4 this year. Elijah Mitchell, Keanu Neal, and Levante David all heading to Tampa Bay for Ali Marpet. This gives them both linebackers that they need and a running back, and we get our offensive guard that we've been looking for many years. Roger Saffold, Quincy Wilson, and a 3rd-round pick gets us DeMarcus Lawrence. He's going to come in and play that left end very nicely. We're going to have an undersized 3-4, but it's going to be based around a pass rush. Okay, here's our negotiations. We're going after Cam Jordan, J.J. Watt, Taven Bryan, John Runyon, Dalvin Tomlinson, Zach Bond, Charles Harris, Tyree Phillips, Jerry Tillery, Deontay Thompson, Antoine Brooks, Robert Quinn, Waring, and Mitchell Trubisky. We got Cam Jordan. We moved him to right end. He is now going to be a part of our 3-4. We got J.J. Watt. He just signed, so we'll probably move him somewhere, and he'll have value. We signed Micah Hyde. We needed some safety help. He's going to slide over to strong safety for us and be that backup role. Taven Bryan, John Runyon, Dalvin Thompson, Tyree Phillips, Jerry Tillery, Robert Quinn, Waring, and Kirk Cousins all sign. Our team's ready to go. I mean, I don't really need the draft. Ended up sending Tanner Muse, Kamal Martin, and Brandon Knight to the Vikings as like a gift, I guess, just letting them develop. They're still in their mid-20s, so they have a chance of still becoming good starters in the NFL. With this trade, we're sending a 2, a 3, and a 3 of this year's draft to the Saints for their first round pick. I only have like 3 dudes on my board. I don't know why. I just couldn't find anybody in this draft class. I'm going to be taking guys to try to fill out some positions, but I don't see anything super major. I see a tight end and 2 safeties that I like. With this pick, we're taking Aries Dorsett, safety out of Texas, 22 years old, 5'10", 218. He looks like a hard hitter. He's probably going to be our hard-hitting safety. He's going to be in the box. With this trade, we're sending 2 3s and a 7 of this year for the Colts number 2 pick. I want to get up and get this other safety. If we do go further than this year, we're going to need him. With this pick, we're taking Andrew Thomas, another strong safety. One of them going to get moved over to free safety. Probably Andrew Thomas if I had to guess. He looks just as good, if not better. He was scheduled to go end of round 2. That was where my next pick was, so that's why I traded up. With this pick, we're taking Demarius Webster. He looks like a good change of pace back. He looks like a good receiving back, so we're going to take him here. Hopefully something good. He wasn't quite on my board, but I don't feel like really trading down at this point. Taking a center here named Patrick Crockett. Cool name. I think he can be a backup for us. I don't think Evan Brown's going to be around much longer. Thank God I'm taking my tight end now. He was the next tight end that was supposed to be going off the board. Okay, I'm taking a flyer on a fullback here. I just want to take this pick. I don't really want to trade it down. It's just a 7th round pick. So if he's good, he'll stay. So we end up taking Aries Dorsett. He's pretty good. Like I said, Andrew Thomas. I had both these guys scouted all the way. They looked very, very good. Demarius Webster, I thought he would be a little higher. I was hoping 74. Not even close. The center, I was hoping high 60s. Not even close. Cody Hall, yep, that was the other guy I liked. The fullback, wow, most of these guys will get pushed down to probably the practice squad, and if they get picked up, so be it. Welcome to season 4. This is the end of episode 3 of the Houston Texans rebuild. As you guys already know by now, we are separating this into 4 parts because my Wi-Fi can just not handle the upload of a 3 gigabyte 50-minute video. So if you guys enjoy any of my content, stick around, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You guys will be notified anytime I upload a video, whether it's roster updates or anything else. I appreciate your guys' support. Hopefully we can get to 1,000 subs before January and 10,000 before the end of the year. With that being said, I'm out. Peace.